Good morning. On to the next mod. Let's go get some power seats. All done from the junkyard. 2021 F-150 seats. Heated. Power. Lumbar. Let's get them back to the shop. All right. Zoom out. Back in the workshop. We're gonna start on the passenger side. Gonna take off the plastics, clean this up, inspect everything. Now, I was fortunate enough to get him to cut the wiring. So what I'll do is I'll pop this clip here loose and I'll strip back some of these wires and I'll see if I can figure out just to make sure everything here works. Now, my understanding is I need to swap over my passenger occupant sensor. And obviously I'll have to swap over my airbag. And of course the foam, because when the airbag's deployed, these are toast. But I paid $300 each for the seats, which really isn't bad for power, lumbar, and it came out of a heated seat truck. So we're gonna try to figure out the wiring on that as well. So let me get Alexis and we'll get back to it. These clipping in here, clip in there. These clip underneath. So now we can get at this airbag and pop these two 10 millimeters out and throw the airbag out because I'm not using that for either. It's been deployed. It's garbage. This upper cover is bad too, but we're gonna get this out of here at least, so that can go for the trash. Two tins removed, and you just unclip it, and then this is garbage. So you can see these are designed to rip right on the seams here. So I guess in theory I could sew this back together and glue the foam and it'd be fine. But I plan to swap the foam over. That being said, I'm going to be safe in case for some reason my 24 seats don't match these 21 seats from a foam perspective. But I'm going to unclip this here because it's going to take two hands. Toss this in the garbage so I won't need the airbag, and then we're going to strip some wiring and make sure everything works. I've probably never seen a clip like this before. But you just push both sides and it releases. Just make sure you're gentle with it, and releases a retainer inside of there. So pretty easy to do. You don't need to pry, just push on each side and it'll pull right out. Got the upper cover off. Heated seat element looks like it's intact and looks good. Charging my battery that I would like to use to test everything with. Just need to remove the upper pieces here, and I need to look that up so I can get the foam out eventually. But the cover's not bad. Essentially just depress these red clips. This is Velcro here and here. And you just depress the red clips, and on the cover itself there's a blue grab, and the clip just kind of goes over the top. So you get the clip off the edge and you can pull this out. Now be gentle, because you don't want to pull, you see how it's in there? You don't want to break the foam. I did a pretty good job. Practice seat here. And then this is all Velcro, 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 Velcro. And then these are clips as well. And that actually just slipped out real easy. And then obviously I'll peel this off, 3M adhesive, and put it back on the other one. But passenger seat's almost disassembled. So if you ever have to remove these, I pulled away the foam. This is a broken seat. But on a Gen 14 F-150, to pull these sleeves out, you can just get in there from an angle and push that in, and it'll pull right out. Look at that, I pushed it right out. Just get in there a little bit more. Push her in and pull her out. Push it in, pull it right out. There you go. On this side, it's in here. So you want to, again, slide in here, and then you can push the tab and pull them out. Pull them out, and then you can replace your foam, reupholster. a little bit backwards, but if you have a 12 pin, if you have a PC available, that's 12 volt. That's the ground on the 12 volt circuit. That's the ground on the 5 volt circuit, and that's the 5 volt circuit. That's how I made my bench flashing. So I'm just tapping in to the power and ground and just making sure everything works for the motors. Looks like we got good tilt, back, down, forward, up. Lumbar works. Now I tried to tap in the heated seats just to straight power to it. And we're gonna see if we can get these to kick on as well. I may just actually run power directly to the heated seat modules quick. But this one passes everything. A little bit booty, but it works. Jumping power straight to this one. Oh yeah, she gets warm. Now we've moved on to the driver's side XLT seat. You got to remove the zipper there. And then there's a couple of T20 screws. There's one there, and there's one on the front, and that's how you get that whole control panel off. You just take those out and you can get in there. I usually start with the top because it's a much easier process just to undo the zippers. Then of course you pull that out and it's up and away. There's a couple of clips. There's the T20 you need. You can pull that out. And now there's a couple of straps, if you will, and they wrap around the airbag wiring as well as the power seat wiring. So make sure you drop that down. Then you can actually get in here, pull the zippers out, and then you can pull this away. Depress your, there's a couple of clips here. And there's to pull out. There's also a couple of clips on the side. And then depress your tops to pull your post connectors out. And you're pretty much there and you've got everything off. So again, these are just a quick push. You can just push them with your finger and pull them right out. Then your whole top is off. Again, remember to remove this. You got to pull the airbag out, which is a couple of 10mm bolts from back here. And this clip to actually remove the airbag, you need both hands to remove. You essentially push the white parts down, and then you can actually undo and unclip the bad airbag. And that's about it to remove the top cover. Pretty simple once you've done it once or twice. Again, don't forget the orange clips. Now to pull the seat cover, you just have to pull one of the directionals, because there's typically 3 or 4 on each cushion. And by that I mean you essentially pull the orange clips off the blue on the top, and then you can actually pull the harness out. Now before you can pull the bottom cover out and the top cover, you have to make sure the wiring's free. There's little access holes for the airbag sensors as well as the power seat connectors. And there's, if you pull hard on the seat cover, you'll see where the holes are, and you just got to push them through. Now underneath the passenger seat, again, these roll up, and you can get in there with a screwdriver or a pick or your hands and pull them loose. These are behind each side, and then the front, again, is just those rollover clip styles is what I'm calling them. And you can actually pull the whole assembly out on each side and pull the cushion off with the particular piece. Again, here you can see I'm just going to get in here with the pick and loosen these up. Just take your time when you're taking these seat covers off, and you'll find everything. There's one on each side. I'm just using a pick to get in there, and they just clip around the plastic there. The back ones is where I start. I usually start at the back and work my way forward in each circumstance. It's a little hard to do while holding the camera. Let's see if I can get in there one more time and get it loose. There we go. Looks like I'm going to be able to grab it here. There it is. And just pry it loose a little bit and pop it loose. And that's what I've used to pull all these seats apart. All right, let's start actually covering the seats. We're going to start in the back because I don't have limited time here. Those 2 pins, you can pull out the headrests. Here we're back inside my house and I'm doing the headrests. Pretty easy. Again, just like the seat cushion removal, you're removing a couple of plastic clips. These will roll up and in, and then you just push down. I just used a trim tool, push down in there to separate, and then you can actually pull it apart. So you know, trim tool is shove it in there, and then you can get that apart, roll it out, and then once it's rolled out, you can actually just pull the foam off of each headrest. Once the foam's off the headrest, you can just pull the new one on. Time to pull the seat out. You have some 13s in the front, some 18s in the back. Make sure you disconnect your battery first because you don't want any airbag modules or codes happening. Just pop them out real quick and you can actually get to it. So back here there's 2 plugs. This one and that one. And then I pulled the jack assembly out. So now I should be able to just lift this right out with these 2 18s. Found another one. So you can tell that this top part gets removed first. So this seat comes out, then the big one. I'm really not going to be able to get in here that easily. The angle makes it look like I can, but I'm going to fold down this seat here, and then I'll find the size for that. We'll just pull them both out at the same time. So once you get the seat out, a couple of T30s, and this part hooks around. So be careful. And then this seat cover, as you can see, I've unzipped the back, but I have to take this bolt out and take the whole center cushion out. And it pivots on that. So we got to take that out. We'll do the other side, because otherwise the seat cover won't clear. It's completely wrapped around. Well, yeah, it's completely wrapped around. Completely wrapped around. So we'll take that out next. It looks like a 13. And on this side, there's a pin that goes in right here, and a Phillips screw that goes down here. So now we can take this bolt off on both sides, pull the upper cushion off, and reskin it. Okay, so we pull over, you pull the hole over slowly, and then you're gonna have these releases just like you did on the front. So you want to pry very gently on the orange tab and work it out. So these Lariat seats don't have, I'll show you here. They don't have a center headrest because there's typically an arm thing here. So you want to pull these out if you're going to remove your center headrest like I am. And just like on the front, there's a little tab. Focus here. There's a little tab you push to slide them out. And on the back here, you come in from an angle. They're both facing this way. Same on this side. So I'm going to pull this headrest, these sides off as well, so I can just center the holes. Don't forget to pull your pull cord through to secure the seat together. It's a plastic clip all the way around. Velcro on the back. Now I just put the cover on loosely, and then what I did is I pushed the blue clips on each side down to the orange foam retainers. Then I did the middle, then I did the outside, same with this side. Down, down, push it in, it'll be lock in place, 3 or 4 clips each side. Then roll it over the top, push the Velcro down. It's got the, I think they call it pecan or pecan, and that's bronze. Don't clash too terribly bad. Pull the front passenger seat, 13s, there's 4 of them. Make sure you pull out the plastic retainer, and now you can have it out. Now, I'm not 100% confident you have to do this, but I'm swapping over all the safety restraint stuff too. So seatbelt clip, all unplugged the same, wires the same. And then the occupant sensors, I'm swapping over between as well, which are just like a T25 here and a couple of push pins here, and it'll just lifts right out. And then this is a T50 on this side, and then undo the wiring. All right, so we've got the new seat heaters in place. Trick is put them on the cushions and put the cushions on. Take your time. It's gonna be a little tight up here. So next up is slide the covers on and put them down. This is a passenger side cover because this fabric flap is on the inside of the console. Driver's side cover, so I gotta swap these around, but that's how you tell the difference. So for this bottom, you want to slip it on first because you need that underneath, and the bar slides right in there. Then you pop it into place and tighten it down. So now we need to power this harness and run the CAN wires for the heat. So we got to pull here and pull that so we can get in there for the power first. So this harness that I bought, and I'll link his Instagram below. He's got a good video. It's essentially you pull the 4 plastic pieces. You pull this one, you pull this one, you pull the one in the back and pull this one. Be careful pulling back here. Mine was really stuck. I applied too much pressure up here, and you can see I ripped it. So I'll just have to glue that or replace it. I'll look how much this is. It might be worth, part number's right here, so I might just replace it. But it connects back there. I had a little too much pressure up here, and I should have pulled further down back, so make sure you're pulling down here. And then essentially you just want to gain access to here. This is just a clip. You clip here and then you lift it out, rotate it around, and just like your seat connector, you push down. So now we're going to get into the back of here and then pin this harness. And again, I'll link with the guy I bought this from. I don't want to take any business from him, so I'll link him in the description here, and then you can reach out to him. But all right, so if you watch this video, you're going to be at this spot here. Notice I just undid the looming. It's just held on with some adhesive at the purple stripe here and just stuffed it in. Pulled it through on pins 21 and 16. And now we're going to run the extra pins I took from the other harness. Now, if you didn't have another power seat harness with heated seat elements that you can steal these from, these are the small fork pins, and you can just make your own. And they go in 3 different terminals here, and we'll grab that information for you. So here's the passenger side, and this connector is called C312. So you can see we're going to hook the brown and green up to pin 33, the blue with an orange stripe to pin 31, and the gray with the blue stripe up to pin 30. On the other side of this seat harness, this is already all pre-existing. My wiring harness is, because hopefully you grabbed power seats out of XLT with heat, and then you grab the display as well, because you'll need that in a minute. But if you were to trace the wires from the plug on the chassis side, you're going to see a yellow with a violet tracer at pin 30 on C312. In fact, let's just go over there. So on this side, you're going to see I've got pins, brown ground, power, and I'm adding up here. Like, a lot of this is safety down here. Up here is where I'm adding. And it's kind of covered up. Let's tilt this seat back. This has already been, of course, put leather on it. We'll tilt this back quick. Yeah, you can see the colors. It's probably hard to make up. Right up there, you can see the violet and purple. But that's what we're matching, right? Because the seat's already done. So we just slide these in their respective places. Just like other videos have said, you just wiggle the prongs back and forth to break them off. All right, so now we're down to the passenger seat foam. I didn't really talk about how I did it last time, but this is Velcro. These are Velcro. And what I do is I'll show you here. These clip into the orange. So I pull it one way and then pull the other way to get them out of the clips. And that way it's just a quick flathead screwdriver. And you just want to push a little bit and pull up, and you can pull it out without ripping the foam. So I de-Velcro, slide it back, then slide it the other way, same way. Push the middle so the flaps are loose, and then I can pull it right out. With this back cushion here, this is even easier to take off. This takes 3 minutes. Velcro. Slide. Screwdriver in the middle to loosen. Right out the bottom. Just keep moving. So now when I install the seat covers, it's the same thing. Hold on one second. Yeah. So foam. Slide. On the back. Boom. Done. So one thing I'm gonna have to deal with is there's a discrepancy with these seat covers. We'll flip them over so you can see the two differences. So my factory foam is expecting a clip like this, and this is a push. So there's gonna be a difference between the XLT and the STX foam. The seat really wasn't that bad to tear apart, and honestly, I can actually get this bottom cushion off again without even removing the seat, because I've done it so many times now. So we're gonna send it, we're gonna see how loose this is, because from the factory, there's gonna be Velcro strips right here. And I won't have that. And I don't have the other foam. The other foam was destroyed. So I would need XLT foam to actually have it line up exactly, and I really don't feel like doing that. I'm gonna put the truck together. So this shouldn't move too much. Because the seat bases can be, and I'll show you over here, the seat bases seem to be about the same. Looks like that middle piece could be for a cooling fan. So I'm envisioning, now I haven't seen XLT foam, but I'm envisioning that there's probably just 2 strips right here. Line this up. Like I said earlier, there's probably, the factory has Velcro here. I'm not gonna have that, so it is what it is. And then line up this cushion as well. So this will actually end up lining up on the holes here. So I'm just gonna work my way from the front and work my way back. A little bit of movement here in the middle, but I think I'll be fine. I like to do this foam because that way I can push on the top and the bottom to make sure it's nice and in there clean. So now we'll do the back one. Again, same story. You've got holes to line you up, and then you want to make sure there's enough room to push this in. So this actually ends up, this top piece ends up a little bit here. It's kind of hard to line this part up until you're done, so start at the bottom, make sure I'm good here, line up the center hole, push down, middle, top. All right, all buttoned up, ready to go. Should have plenty of room to click this in. Let's go get the seat mounted. There you have it. Plug and play on the driver's side. Passenger side, you got to run a power and a ground wire, but you too can add leather and power seats to your SXT. Next video, I'll be talking about how I'm installing the factory seat heaters. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.